My social media manager has been posting on the weekend on LinkedIn. And I said, I don't think that's a good time to be posting. So she started to kind of give me an idea of why she was doing it, but she didn't really have a solid reason. So I said, you know what? We're going to go to Perplexity and find out when is the best time to post on LinkedIn. I'm going to show you what we did. All right. So we just went into Perplexity, which is actually a newer tool. If you're not familiar with Perplexity, it's a great research tool. It gives you you can see right here, it gives you the resources that it's found. And it's also provides the data just a little bit differently than Google. And also, it's not advertising, at least not yet. So it aggregates a bunch of different data points, tells you what those data points are, and then puts them into a very nicely easy to readable format so that you can actually figure out and then move from there. Now, here's the really, really cool thing about Perplexity. It actually then gives you leading questions so that you can continue to dig even deeper. And sometimes they're just questions you haven't thought of, or maybe they have. But our example is, when is the best time to post on LinkedIn for B2B marketing agencies? So that was the specific question that we asked. So you'll take a look. For B2B marketing agencies, LinkedIn remains the premier platform to to reach professional audiences. Yeah, I do believe that. Best days to post: Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday consistently emerge as the top days to engage. Not a surprise. Monday and Fridays also perform well, but not as well. Midweek is better. 10 to 12 on mid mornings. If you're going to do it in the afternoon, from 12 to 2 is good. So I think that's just interesting. I love it. Gives us a chart. So it says, hey, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. It breaks it down on when are the best days to do this. Avoid weekends. Times, haha. So I am right. Maybe Saturdays are not a good day. Conclusion, mid morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the best. And then we argued about, well, can I post multiple times in one day? Because we have a lot of content. I think we can, but according to Perplexity, not a great idea. So I thought this was interesting. Most experts recommend posting once per day for the best engagement to reach. That keeps your content visible without overwhelming your audience. Now, I have a decent sized audience, but I don't feel my audience is probably seeing my content all that much. So again, I just don't completely agree, but hey, you got to look at the data and then you got to test it. So we agreed after we did this test in Perplexity, we're going to post once a day. We're going to mix it up though a little bit. We're not going to do just our podcasting, but we're going to look at our own data. And ultimately, that's what you have to do. But if you don't know where to start, Perplexity is a great way to do some research, get some basic data, set your benchmarks, and then you can go from there. Posting twice a day. If you have compelling reasons such as breaking news or valuable resources, you can post twice in one day. However, you should space your posts out at least 7 hours apart. So interesting. I would never have thought that. Avoid over posting, quality over quantity. I do think we have a lot of quality content, and we can argue about that later. Then we did go in, it's not here, but we did say, should I post on LinkedIn on the weekends? And let's see what it says. Weekends generally see lower engagement. Kind of thought so. However, posting on weekends can still offer some advantages in specific scenarios. Less competition. Only 8% of LinkedIn posts are published on weekends. Okay, that's significant. Different audience segments. You might reach professionals who are too busy during the week, or those in industries or roles that with non-traditional work schedules. Content type matters. Lighter, more personal or entertaining content can perform better on weekends as users are less focused on work tasks, which I completely agree with. I don't normally go to LinkedIn on weekends because it's work for me, so I don't want to go on LinkedIn. I'm usually on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok on the weekends. Do you choose to post on the weekend, post in the morning, 8 to 12 p.m. locally on Saturday, or early morning, 6 a.m. on Sundays? That's interesting. I don't know about you, but I'm not looking at LinkedIn at 6 a.m. on Sunday, but maybe because before you go to church, I don't know. So again, don't take it as the end all be all, but hey, if you don't know where to start, Perplexity is a great way to do that. And you know what? My social media manager was correct. She wasn't wrong for posting on Saturday. She just didn't have like a solid, like she knew it was okay, but she didn't really know how to articulate that or why. And so this actually gave her the backup that she needed to convince me to let her post on Saturdays. So we're going to do it. We're going to test it for 30 days and look at our own analytics, and we'll go from there. So it helped us prove that, yeah, she wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong, but we didn't know who was right. So it helped us kind of set a baseline to test from, and then we'll test and look at our own analytics, and we'll go from there. All right. I'd love to hear how you are using tools like Perplexity or Deep Research with Chat or Gemini to help you benchmark and make decisions, better decisions, because this is data we didn't have access to before or wasn't that easy to find. So I love this. And if you try the same thing, I would love to know who's posting on weekends on LinkedIn. And if you're getting a better lift, let us know in the comments, because the best way for us to learn is to share with each other.